Welcome back to the channel and a demonstration of the insulation test function on the HT Neptune insulation multimeter from HT Italia. The instrument's set up, we're on mega ohm, 250 volt test voltage, and we are actually set to the auto function, which will actually carry out the test over a 5 to 15 second time span until it gets a stable reading. Best way I can demonstrate this is, you can see I've got it hooked up to my winding simulator, which is an LCR circuit. We'll hit the go button and you will see we'll carry on testing, and you see the instrument is charging the circuit up, so you haven't got a stable reading, so this will keep going for the full duration. Just put the lead off so it loses the charge. So there you can see we've got 2.04 mega ohms, and it was around about 15 second duration. I can't actually get the test voltage as well, which is 258, just cycle between the reading and the test voltage. On the other hand, if I click this to a straight 68 mega ohm resistor in here, put him on there, and we'll hit the go button again, you'll see this is a much shorter duration time, 6 to 7.3, but the reading's stable. So the instrument cuts out in a few seconds, and I've got my reading then. And again, I can page through 259 test voltage or the actual insulation mega ohm reading itself. Second function that you have on this is a time test. Hit the mode button, and then you see I've got a timer, and I can use my arrow keys here. Set to 15 seconds at the moment. Let's put the light on, let's see it better. 15 seconds at the top corner, and I can go cycle through this from 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, or 15 seconds, or I can go the other way with the other arrows. And we'll do a 1 minute test on the resistor, and we'll see it'll just keep going for that full duration, and we get a little countdown at the top there to show the time left on the test. And there's a test completed. The instrument's switched off and we're on 0 time. We've got our readings, it's 7.3 mega ohms, and again we can cycle between the voltage and the reading itself. And the final mode on this is to move to a ratio test function. And here we see this, the display changes to PI, or polarization index, and I can actually cycle the time now between 1 or 10 minutes for the pi. So we'll quickly flip over onto our winding simulator again, and we'll do the DAR test because we're on 1 minute. Just hit the go button. So unfortunately, with the LCR circuit and the way the meter operates, you have to wait until it's discharged enough, 7.8 volts, so that should be alright. So we can now go back to mega ohms, and it's stayed on our last setting, which is PI and a 1 minute test time. So we're going to do DAR, hit the go button again, and hopefully we should go this time. And there you see it starts its test, and again we have our countdown timer at the top there showing us what's left for the actual test time. So we'll let this run through and we'll look at the result at the end. So we'll just take the clip off to get rid of the voltage. So we get our actual insulation value, which is 4.42 mega ohms on this occasion, and I can use my down arrows here or the up arrow to flick through the rest of the results available. And you see we've got 1.63, which is the actual DAR ratio, and you can see it is now actually displaying the DAR symbol on the right hand side of the screen there. If I press it again, it actually goes to PI, but we didn't do a 10-minute test, so this is left blank, and another press takes me to my test voltage and back again to my actual insulation test value. So we'll discharge our winding simulator again, and then we'll go for a polarization index test, and we'll see what the results are with that. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of our polarization index test. Again, you see we're displaying the mega ohm reading, and the time left on the test is being displayed in the top right hand corner there. And then when it gets to the end, we'll be able to go through the results. Okay, so we're at the end of the test. I'll just remove the clip again to get rid of the voltage, and we can see there's our 10-minute reading at 33 mega ohms. And this time when we use the arrow keys, we can get the DAR function, which is 1.63, which is unusual for instruments. But there aren't too many instruments out there that will display the DAR ratio after you've done a polarization index test. Press again and we get the 7.59 for the PI. Press it again, we're at our test voltage, and then we're back to our 10-minute reading. So although you do get both of the ratios in the instrument displayed, DAR and then pi, you don't get any of the 30-second, 1-minute insulation test values that make up those ratios. Okay, so that's it for this video. Hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.